Hello, everybody. It's Shocknado coming back with another tier list. Today's tier list is going to be ranking every Spider-Man movie, in my humble opinion. Let's just get right into it. You know, we're going to start off with Spider-Man into, or no, this is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And this is peak. This is peak. And I'm just going to get this one over with. Into is also peak. S tier, easily. Both of them are S tier easily. Beyond the Spider-Verse, when that comes out next year, it's gonna be right here. Genuinely. Genuinely. Now, Far From Home, I feel like this one isn't. I feel like it gets too much hate. Now, this movie poster is definitely dog shit. For sure, dog shit. But beyond that fact, it just gets a C tier. You know what I mean? Like, it it strays too far. You know what I mean? Like, I like the storyline they're going, like they go for with the Tom Holland movies. I think it's pretty well executed with what they're trying to prove, but nah, just nah. And I'm gonna say Brand New Day for last, low key. Um, Let me just get these ones out of the way, low genuinely. Can I not put them in front of TASM? All right, let's just rank TASM then. TASM's a solid B tier. You know what I mean? It's not the best movie, but it's not the worst movie. It's a solid B tier. Homecoming, like for an introduction of Tom Holland Spider-Man, like beyond Civil War, it could have been a lot worse. Like a lot of people describe it as worse, but I don't agree with that whatsoever. And I'm moving this down to D tier, Loki. And just imagine there's an F tier, but I got lazy and I didn't make it. There is an F tier in my opinion, and they just won't even get rated if there is an F tier. No Way Home. This was a solid movie. Very nostalgia bait, very, you know, I wouldn't say all over the place, but it was well constructed in my opinion, and it kind of led everything to reset. It was a good mental reset after everybody kind of slammed these two movies. So, and it gave Peter his great responsibility moment, which a lot of people say shouldn't have happened with Aunt May, but it did. And I'm not the biggest hater of that fact. So I'm gonna give it an A rank for sure. Now, TASM 2, this is gonna be a hot take. This is gonna be a hot take. There are a lot of great scenes from this movie, but good scenes can come from bad movies. You know what I mean? There's too much going on in this movie, for sure. You know what I mean? It was a box office flop for a reason. Um, and a lot of what is going on with these movies, especially with these Raimi movies right here, it's just pure nostalgia. People grew up with this movie. I grew up with this movie, but I can realize that it's not the best fucking movie. Genuinely. Spider-Man 3, D tier. It also gets played with that. A lot of good scenes, but a good scenes doesn't make a good movie. You know what I mean? The whole overarching movie has to be good, not just scenes. Spider-Man 2, that gets a solid A though. That fight with um, sorry, Dr. Octavius, great. Peak. Genuine peak. Spider-Man 1's a solid B tier, I'd say. Now, Spider-Man Brand New Day, spoiler warning. I don't want to rate this a D tier. Spoiler warning, you know, this is probably one of the best, if not the best live action Spider-Man movie, in my opinion. Um, the cinematography, amazing. The storyline, it's different. And that's all Tom Holland Spider-Man has been, is different. And I appreciate when a Spider-Man story is different. That's why I like these two right up here. They're different from, Peter working at the Daily Bugle, Peter being a genius, and then getting bit by a radioactive spider in Oscorp. You know what I mean? It's different than all of that. And I appreciate that. It's a new story. And, instead of trying to get into um, Empire State University or like Brooklyn, I forget exactly what college he goes to. They try to get into MIT. You know what I mean? Like it's peak. You know what I mean? And the way we saw the Hulk in the movie, granted he's only in the movie for around 6 minutes, you know, that was impressive. That was very impressive. And I kind of wish it was a good introduction to Jean Grey. Now I do wish, and it has an opening for an X-Men movie, which an MCU X-Men movie would be peak generational, if you will. And my last thing to say on it was the relationship building in the movie. It just makes you smile, man. It genuinely just makes you smile. Hands down, probably the best live action movie for Spider-Man to come out. And I've rewatched all of these very recently in preparation for Spider-Man Brand New Day. So these are all like in pretty good recent memory. So like you can disagree with my takes, but I feel like this is a solid tier list. Genuinely. Like a lot of people say TASM 2 is better than TASM 1. You're lying. The suit's better. Hell yeah, the suit's better. TASM 1 suit's ass, but overall, TASM 1 is a better movie. We can't just base the Spider-Man movie off the suit. It does have an effect, but this is just a better movie than this one. There's too many side notes going on. You know what I mean? And you can have multiple villains in a movie. That's fine. But it just doesn't it's too much. It's too much. But that is gonna I know it's a short video for a short tier list, but that is gonna be it for me. You guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.